Starting off with a little morning journal is the most important thing that you'll do in the morning, aside from prayer, in my case. And I like to start off by just analyzing my dream. And this one was actually, kind of interesting. I was having a dream, and my ex was in my dream. And it was like a bunch of other stuff that I was doing in my dream, a bunch of old habits, I guess you could say. In the moment, it started nice, and then it just okay, this sucks. It just instant disappointment. And so my key takeaway from that is, if I were to fall back to my old self, my old habits, the, pleasures and short-lived moments that I preferred to live instead of, planning for the future, then, that would just lead into a dead end of more pain and misery and suffering. And then we're grateful this morning for one very big reason, because yesterday I went to go visit a friend that is by the rocks. I made a little video on this a while ago. Actually, it wasn't on YouTube or nothing, but I met this guy named Christian, and he has a really intense, hard life. Every single morning, just to pay for bread, buy food, this man has to jump in the ocean, can collect snails, the ones that, are stuck to the rocks. And he just has such a hard life. And so I'm just grateful. I'm sitting here in a robe. I'm sitting here just typing on my laptop. I don't have to jump in the ocean to make some money to eat. And so that perspective, when you can be grateful for the things that you really have and the things somebody has it worse,
Buenos días, tíos. Llegan un buen día, all right? Take it easy.
Hey, yeah, let's see how you do under pressure. Oh, yeah, I've been wanting this shit forever. I've been in the field with whatever they throw at me. Brush it off, pick myself up, moving on to the better. Okay, hey, yeah, ain't no errors, baby, it's a new era. I wake up early, feeling rich like I'm Kesha. I get to the paper, boy. Extra, extra. Fuck with me, you know that I got it. Come with me, let's take a trip to the islands. We up on the jet, we'll do more than just fly on it. Stand on that hill, you gon' die on it. Boom, boom. Baby, I'm not one of them, you should try on it. Miss me with all that, I'm on to the next. Fuck this up, I send you back to your ex. But good luck with that, this is big as it gets. Hey, let's see how you do under pressure. Let's see how you do under pressure. Give them a name to remember. Hey, let's see how you do under pressure. Let's see how you do under pressure. A moment can live on forever.
Sí, vamos, buenos días, hermano. Bueno. Nos vemos de nuevo, compadre. Hola, buenos días. Buenos días. Good morning, guys. Sexy as ever. Good. All right. Buenos días. Hola, compadre. Hola, buenos días. Cross. I am not concerned with the amount of people that ignore me on a regular basis when I say hello to them, because that's not important. If anything, that's the standard. What I really value is that 1% of people that it means everything to them. Buenos días. I get it, I'm a little excessive, but the point is, someone will hear that and they'll think, wow, my day is 10 times better. And it just happened multiple times because I said hi to 50,000 people. I can't even speak.
Okay, so today's meditation was a good one. Honestly, I think it was one of the very few that I've had that went by like that. And I was trying to have a very intentional focus at the start of it. I remember that I was trying to gauge whether I was using my ego when I talked to God. And, the ego is the certainty part of me, the part that's yeah, of course. Yeah, I know when God's talking to me. Yeah, I know his answers. And then there's the other side of me that is trying not to insult God and trying not to, I guess, dismiss the intuition I have of certain things where it's like, yeah, God's talking to me. I shouldn't doubt it. And it's kind of like that balance. I don't know if I'm making any sense here, but anyway. All right, we're going to open up the Bible and see what verse we have. No looking. Matthew 25, verse 39. Here we go. Open up your Bibles. Let's read this. Or when saw we the... Okay, these are very difficult to read. Or when saw we thee sick, or in prison, and came unto thee? Or we saw we thee... And being loving to someone that you don't know. Or when saw we thee sick, or in prison, and came unto thee? All right, so seeing someone struggling in their, I guess, mentally struggling, or, you know, with their health struggling, and offering help. And the king shall answer and say unto them, Verily I say unto you, insomuch as ye have done it unto one of the least of these brethren, and ye have done it unto me. I'm hungry. I'm gonna make some fish. I discovered something, okay? I don't know if you ever try this. You can do it with a pen, all right? If you don't believe me, take a pen, take a marker, do it yourself. If you bounce it off, kind of like this middle portion of your leg, I don't know. Research on trading. Just this is like another person's course that I'm doing like a refresher on, I guess. And the thing I want to mention about it, my entire life I've struggled with the structure and organization of my life. Because that's always been difficult for me, you know, just sitting down and organizing my entire life. But with trading, it's made me have to become the most organized and structured, disciplined, consistent person that I've ever had to be. I mean, when you're a magician and you're in the entertainment industry and you're doing content, it's all so up in the air sometimes. Like, it's all so, like, yeah, sure, I might do this and this and this on a regular basis, but like detailed journaling, you know, like doing things that are measurable, that's so hard, especially when you're doing like more entertainment style things. And with trading, man, like I can't be disorganized. I can't be up in the air. I can't be random. And so I feel like I'm really building up that part of me that has just been struggled so much in my life. But, you know, it's all the simple stuff. And then it kind of gradually just dominoes into the rest of my life as far as that organization. So I'm seeing a lot of changes in my life because of trading. So all right, so okay, this is important. All right, this is really important. So around this time, 4 o'clock, I start to get tired. All right, I start to get really tired. Why am I cooking? And I start thinking about all of the easier stuff that I could be doing, okay?
As far as, going to bed, off, that's actually a big one, actually. I've been thinking about that one a lot. And it gets to a point where I literally have to do something to just get myself out of that orientation. I mean, it all happens when I start getting tired. It's like I start getting tired, I start wanting to take a nap, then I start thinking, well, what if I just, real quick, what if I just, nope. I have been without doing that, no fapping, for almost 2 months. That is the longest I've gone in my entire life, all right? Since I was maybe like 10 or 11 years old, I started doing that on a regular basis, like most kids. And it gets so addicting, like it's so hard to shake that habit, especially because most of us live in our monkey brains. And the more you listen to your monkey brain, the more you're gonna give into your monkey brain. So you have to orient yourself, okay? But you also have to realize something. When I was battling addiction with nicotine, I realized, and this was like the greatest example I can give you, it comes in waves, all right? All of a sudden, you're gonna feel the urge to do that one thing that you know that if you do it once, you're gonna wanna do it again and again and again. So as soon as you feel it, it's a wave, okay? That wave will eventually come down. And if you want an extra tip, document. Documenting has been something that, like, if I don't feel like I can resist, I pick up the camera and I start telling you that I'm resisting. Because at that point, well, what better than to just share it with the whole world, right? Because this is something that so many people struggle with, all right? So many people struggle with this. But because everybody fears judgment, it becomes like this version of you behind closed doors, and most people live like this behind closed doors. I know I did. I was an entirely different person behind closed doors than how I was out in the world. Saying this, preaching that, but then coming back and doing something else. And for the first time in my life, ever since I found God, ever since I decided that I'm gonna really structure the fuck out of my life, all of a sudden, I have more willpower, more self-respect, and more perseverance than I've ever had in my entire life. And I thank God for that. But I also thank well, I mean, I guess it all comes down to God if we really funnel it. But anyway, you have to make a decision and you gotta live by it. And as soon as you do one thing right, and then another, you'll have this compounding effect that you've built up so much self-respect that you're so scared. That was so excessive. Anyway, you'll be you will be so scared of becoming your old you that will be such a growing motivator for you, and it'll only get stronger the farther you go away from your old self.
All right, as I'm doing my nightly entry, I wrote down that I find myself having a slightly shorter fuse with a lot of things. Let me turn down this fake fire in the background. I have like the fireplace going on the TV. Anyway, so I find that I have a shorter fuse. And for example, when I was making fish today, I not only got mad at the fish, but I got mad at the pan for being a shitty pan. And I got mad at the kitchen for being a small kitchen. And I got mad at myself for being hungry and not knowing how to properly make the fish and not having the right oil. The problem is I have such a rigid system right now, or my routine, that whenever I do something or something goes against the grain or I fall behind, it just like, I just feel something like boiling, ticking inside of me, and it's I try to remember, like, give myself a little bit of grace. Not everything, especially these like little things, aren't going to be perfect. But I just have such high expectations for myself right now, and that's the thing monk mode is really doing to me. It's like I have high hopes that, I'm going to really transform my life, And yeah, when something just doesn't go right, you know what I'm saying? And but when I'm outside talking to people, socializing, doing what Diego does best, doing a little bit of magic, hell, I could be screwing up a trick in front of 50 people and I could just brush it off. But no, the fish sticks to the pan, we're gonna have a problem. Pan's gonna be flying out the window. Anyway. Alright, so I started analyzing another trade here, and I was actually right again. It was another good trade, except I started feeling a little bit unsure as to where it was going to hit my take profit. And as soon as that uncertainty starts to set in, I'm just like, all right, is it really worth it waiting for another $100? You know, so I closed it out. I still made $250 on this trade. So technically 2 trades of $250, which is a solid win for today. All right. Again, this is all paper money. I'm practicing. I've given myself 6 months of training before I actually put real money into accounts. And yeah, I feel like I got a system that I'm starting to craft, and all the pieces are starting to come together, which, you know, all thanks to God, because this has been learning all of this is a bit stressful at first because it just doesn't make any sense. You know, you see so many different numbers, so many different levels, so many different this, that, and then you try something, you're like, oh, and then it doesn't work. So it's about setting a risk that is minimal and a take profit that is not greedy. That's so important. People get greedy in this. And as long as you don't get greedy, look, I literally took it out and look what's happening. Like, if I would have stayed in the trade, I would have lost another 100 right there. So, yeah. Set realistic take profits. Word of advice. My feet started getting really cold, so I got the heater. Put my feet up right there. Shee. Gonna be reading the Bible for a little bit. I want to really get into the habit of, which I've already been in the habit, but reading the Bible at least 2 times a day. That's like my minimum goal. 2 times a day in the morning and about halfway into the day after I trade. So it's it's part of the life.
Okay, estamos aquí. We're here doing a procession. I believe it's the same in Spanish, just walking for Jesus. And we are in Valparaíso doing a walk with, mira para allá, panoramic, with all the people. Woo! All right, yeah.
La anunciación del ángel Gabriel que anuncia a María que será madre de Jesús. Padre nuestro, que estás en nuestra vida, confiando en Él, como lo hizo Don Bosco con nuestra madre. Ella lo ha hecho todo. Cada uno de nosotros hoy día camina con María, mostrando sin duda que somos iglesia peregrina.
Alright, don't make fun of me, but I am today years old, and I realized I can put water in the pan instead of oil. I didn't know that. I mean, I understood steaming and, I didn't think you could do it in a pan. I thought it just existed inside of a pot. That's how dumb I am, bro. To those of you guys that aren't from the South, we would say something along the lines of, bless your heart. Someone would be saying that to me, bless my heart. It basically means, wow, you are slow, buddy. You are really, really slow.
Okay, so we are out of the house, gonna be going to church. This is actually how I'm gonna conclude this monk mode version volume week 2 module. And but I'm gonna bring you guys with me, of course. And we're gonna praise the Lord, praise Jesus. Thankfully, this church is like 2 minutes away from my house, so we're good. I'm breathing hard because this is all uphill. Hola. Very good. Hola, buenos días. Buenos días, buenos días. Que estén súper bien. Y very good, very good. Thank you. How's it going? Hola. Buena, hermano. Bien, bien. Very good. We're doing a bunch of magic right now. Okay, vamos. Espero que nadie se siente ahí. Ya. Hazme un favor. Son todas diferentes, ¿sí? Eso es lo principal. Good. Ya. Ahora, cuando quieras, simplemente dispara. ¿Ahí? Ok, ya. No importa si yo la vea. El 2 of spades, el 2 de pica, ¿ya? El 2 de pica la voy a dejar aquí al medio, ¿ok? ¿Sabe qué es lo que un time machine? Una máquina de tiempo que se retroceda el tiempo y todo eso. Ya. Entonces vamos a hacer eso con la baraja. La carta que está arriba es el 3 de diamante, no es el 2. Not the 2, right? 3 of diamonds. La dejo ahí en la máquina de tiempo. Se retrocede el tiempo, mira. Y de repente vuelve el 2 y el 3 está arriba. Wow, buena, bro. ¿A dónde empiezo? Estoy tan agradecido por todo. Yo recién hace poco llegué a Dios y era porque me alejé tanto que me sentía tan vacío. Y bueno, yo estoy acá en Valparaíso solo, me fui de Texas hace como 7 meses. Si no escuchan un acento medio gringolendea. Bueno, yo desde que recibí a Dios y a Jesús, yo me sentí muy agradecido, pero por una razón que realmente no, como todos sabemos, no se puede poner a palabras, no se puede explicar. Y bueno, una paz que me he dado, y antes me sentía con absolutamente nada, como que no podía dar absolutamente nada a nadie, excepto de mi manera egoísta, y ahora siento que tengo de más para entregar. Entonces estoy súper agradecido de eso. Y en los momentos que yo me acelero mucho, porque soy súper acelerado, soy muy artístico en ese sentido. Tengo el artism, chiste gringo, ¿no? Y entonces estoy agradecido que, aunque a veces siento que la vida me haga sentir que no tengo tiempo, le doy gracias a Dios porque yo encuentro ese tiempo y encuentro la manera de entregar cuando antes no podía. Entonces, doy gracias a Dios. Yeah.
Muchas gracias. ¿Su nombre?
Diego.
Diego, bienvenido.
Diego. El weón de Texas.
Muchas gracias. Ahora vamos por usted, Diego, entonces. Mike.